All right, we're back. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Back with another podcast episode, podcast number 6.
Yes, sir. Number 6. I'll take that number. I like 5. 5 is my favorite number, but I'll take 6.
Really? You should have told me.
Yeah, bro. I kind of got an earlier invite, but it's all good. I'll take 6.
I had you on 5.
I'll take 6.
So what's up, man? What's been going on? I haven't seen you. It's been a couple of weeks. Oh, just tighten that.
For sure.
One of those, just 2 of them.
Yeah, so honestly, these last few weeks, I've just been really just grinding, bro. Obviously, coronavirus has been shutting everything down, so just been trying to make sure that I'm really in my own lane. So I think really now is the best time for people to wake up and see your job is not going to be your end all be all.
Yeah,
a lot of people with these jobs closing down, or companies closing down, and the people losing their jobs, or maybe not even necessarily losing their jobs. But, going on that temporary unemployment, like we saw, bro, I think it's up past 30 million people.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Dude, filing for unemployment. So it's this is the time that if you're not waking up and you're not seeing that your job isn't going to do it for you, maybe in the long term if they can stay stable, but they're not really going to do it for you. So you got to find your own grind and your own hustle.
So side.
Right. If you're not doing anything for yourself, bro, you're going to wake up and you're going to, those are the people that have been on the couch oh, dude, I binge watched a whole season in one episode, or in one day.
That's totally the type of people that I frown on in a sense. Obviously, watch your shows, bro.
Right. I'm not judging.
Escape.
You gotta have your relaxation and your your whatever winds you down. But at the same time, what's bringing you up? And a lot of people don't have that. So that's really what I've been focusing on.
Really?
This last set.
So what is strategizing? Because I know we'll break that down a little bit later, kind of the trading and stuff that you do. Because I want to know about that and kind of why you got into that.
Yeah.
But so have you kind of just been strategizing, game planning?
So the strategizing and game planning came probably I would say 6 to 8 months ago.
Okay.
Right now it's more so about execution and sharpening the sword to make sure that I have better execution. But yeah, all the planning is there. It's just about hitting the goals, hitting the targets consistently, and moving forward.
So was that kind of obviously affected because of Corona? Was your game plan kind of halted or
not at all, bro?
Not
accelerated.
At all. Really?
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people don't understand with if you're into finance. All these big news events and stuff like that really turns the market. If you're a true financial person, you understand that you can either buy securities or assets, or you can sell them. So there's a thing called short selling that a lot of people don't know about. And so if you short sell, you can take advantage of the times that the market is dropping, and you can use it to still make money. Say the price was at 5,000, you sell it and it goes down to 3. Well, you made 2K because you sold at 5.
Right.
And a lot of people are just thinking, oh, I'm going to buy it too and get in and wait till it gets up to 5, so I made 3K. There's 2 ways to make money. So
yeah.
That's what I've really been on. So it's been good for me, honestly. And that's a blessing because it hasn't been for a lot of people. So
is this something that you're doing mostly all day, kind of checking the numbers and stuff? Yeah, so it's weird how it works. With trading, if you're the type of person that's on it every single second of the day, you're the type of person that has a very, very high attention span, and you can, you have a lot of stamina. And that's would that be good?
That's not me.
But would it be good to be on that all the time?
If you're the type of person who can really stay on the markets all day and stay focused, bro, the money that you can is life changing. And regardless, it's life changing. But 2 to 3 hours a day is enough to make a life changing amount of money in the markets. And
really?
That's what I stick to is really 1 to 2 hours. That's my sweet spot. Once I start going past 2 hours, the markets just all start looking whatever.
Really? So would you say that in those 2-3 hours, in the hours that you aren't, are you possibly missing out?
That's another thing with trading trading is a lot. It's mainly psychological, bro. It's easy, bro. There's 3 ways that the market can go. It can go up, it can go down, it goes sideways. That's it. It's never gonna go. It's never gonna go anywhere else.
Right.
So if you know that and you understand that and you have the discipline and the patience, you understand it's gonna come back up, it's gonna come back down, and it's gonna consolidate and go sideways again. So there really is no missing out. The market is based off of an algorithm. It's gonna move not necessarily the same way, but it has patterns that will occur consistently. And it's moved differently by bigger banks and bigger institutions and central banks and stuff. And that's a whole deeper discussion. But if you really understand the markets, there is no missing out. The markets will always be there. There's always going to be new opportunities. And
would you say you're more of a risk taker or a little more conservative?
When it comes to trading, I'm definitely more conservative.
Okay.
There are higher risk-taking traders, but it depends on your style. So it's hard to say. Like anybody who trades, if you're a real true trader, you're taking risk. But it's not like gambling. It's not. It is a form of gambling, but it's a form of gambling that you can.
It's more strategy.
Yeah, you can add more strategy to it, and you can really calculate, your risk.
Right.
Again, I'm going into the casino trying to go against a dealer where there's nothing that I can control other than the hand that they give me, and I don't even have control over that. It's like I see this play. I'm trying to make this much money, and I'm only trying to risk this much money. So if it goes against me, I've only lost this, but I stand to make 5 times what I risked.
Yeah,
that's a 1 to 5 risk to reward.
Right,
and it's a better form of gambling, in my opinion.
Are you reading up on the news a lot for these things that you're associated with?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah. That's the one thing that is consistent. Like you got to keep yourself informed.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, because I kind of just do like Robinhood stocks and stuff that I kind of sit on and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in my life. I'd love to be able to read up on everything that goes down, but I'm kind of just coasting because I bought everything low once everything hit. And for me, it's kind of like a 6-month game.
I was gonna say, if you're not a trader, bro, then it is a long-term game. You're right. There's an investor and there's a trader, and so a trader is the person who's I'm in the market daily. I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to get some money, I'm trying to get out.
Which is what I would love to do, though. I really would, but it's like finding the consistency for that. Yeah, totally.
It's a lot. It takes a lot of learning at first, and then once you really which is where I'm at, as I'm refining, I'm literally sharpening my sword like daily. I'm trying to learn new strategies, new things that I can look for to make money within the markets. But if you're somebody who you don't have the time, you can just invest, and that's more like hands off and more passive. It's you put your money in. Come back 5 years later. Like, maybe I have a 5-year goal.
Yeah.
Come back 5 years later. Okay, it did what I needed it to do. You're not looking at the market every day. You're not stressing every day. Like, oh, it's up, it's down.
Dude, because like that's what I want to do. I said that right, but like I want to do that, and it's like when I start doing that, it goes up and down. And I'm like, oh, should I buy more? Should I sell? I started thinking way too much about it, man.
Yeah, that's the thing is that even if you're investing or if you're trading, there's still a lot to it. So you can make an investment. And let's just use an example. Let's say, you wanted to buy UPS at $50. And if this is the difference between an investor and a trader. An investor would look at it like, hey, man, I've been saving up for a little bit. I've been looking for an opportunity. UPS, boom, $50. I haven't seen it at $50 in however, and this is arbitrary. These aren't real numbers, but, hey, this is a steal. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to put this $5,000 that I've saved up over the last however many months right into it. And long term, 5 years, 10 years, I'm looking to see what kind of return I can get. As long as I get a return, I didn't lose. Mm-hmm. A trader, though, if you see it at $50, you're like, that doesn't mean anything to you because it's at 50, but it could hit 40, it could hit 30, it could hit 20. So it's like, I'm really looking at like the technicals of the market, like the technical, like the charts, like the analysis that you see that people like look at and it looks all crazy and scary to people.
Right.
It's really not scary. It's just what we use to get into, because like I said, traders are really in and out on a daily basis. So that's what we use to get into positions, and we're like, hey, it's at 50. I agree with the investor. I think this is a steal. So it's at 50. The most that I can resist, or the most that I can withstand is, it going down to maybe 47. If it goes down past that, I don't want to be in anymore because it's making a different move.
Right.
But, if it's at 50 and I'm like, hey, I think this has an opportunity to go up to 55. Put in $1,000, take it out at 55, it's $5K.
Right.
So it's like, that's why day trading is cool, because I've seen people make so much money, bro.
So are you buying and selling on differences of $1?
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's the thing is like, I do have a system set in place, so it's not like and I don't trade stocks. I don't do that. Okay. I trade currencies.
Okay.
So I'll trade like the dollar, like the German British pound versus the dollar, or
really?
The euro versus. Yeah, I don't. Stocks are too much, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know any about the currency.
Yeah, and that's actually the biggest market. People in America are very familiar with the stock market. That's all we really ever hear about. Mm-hmm. Oh, once you grow up, you get a job and you save your little money and you put it into the stock market and for your retirement.
Yeah,
bro. There's so many different games that you can play.
I didn't know.
In the financial world. So I'm not a stock guy because stocks are so all your eggs in one basket type game. And when I do look at stocks, I like to look long term, and I don't really look for long term stocks. I look for groupings of stocks, which most people would like refer to that as a mutual fund.
Right.
So it's like I'll take Apple and I'll take Microsoft and I'll take Boeing and blah, blah, whatever, and I want them grouped. And based off of how they perform as a group, that's where I want my money, so that all my eggs aren't in one basket. Because if Apple has a down day, I don't want my money going down. Right. Apple's having a down day, but Microsoft and Boeing are killing it today.
Up. Yeah,
Boom.
exactly. So it kind of evens out.
Right, I'm up. So there's different ways to do it, but from an investing standpoint, I'll mess with like stocks and stuff. But when it comes to trading, I do not look at stocks, bro. I don't at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you then, obviously because we're talking about this, where did this begin for you? What made you get into all of this one day?
My mentor, man. Really what it was, bro, was so in high school, I played football and I played sports, and I was always competitive. And
which we're gonna dive into that later.
Right, yeah. So I was always really competitive. And so once I, went through college and I played track in college, or played track, wow, I sound like a fucking noob. Ran track in college.
Right.
It was what it was. It got me my degree, and I'm ready to move on with that. But I kind of developed a love for finance throughout all of it. I was looking ahead. I didn't really have a full-time job, but I was like, I'm making a little bit of money on the side. Like, what can I do with this? Because I'm making money, but like, there's people that are making money that's making them money. Like, why can't I not take my 5K and grow it too?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I started to look. And the thing that really interested me was, and this is funny because this is a whole different world than trading, was retirement accounts.
Okay.
Because obviously, that's long term. You put your money in there, you're not touching that until you're 69 and a half or older. Mm-hmm. So that's where I started. Learning about Roth IRAs and, different types of investments to place within your Roth IRA and blah, blah, blah. And so it kind of geared me toward finance. And once I was getting near graduation, I got my job offer from Vanguard, and I started with them. And I didn't start trading until the summer going into, that job. So I got hired like right while I was in college, just about to graduate, probably like a month out.
Wow.
There was probably like a 3-month period that, they gave me time to start because there's like licensing and stuff that you have to go through. So they gave me a little bit to prepare for that, blah, blah, blah. And over that period of time, I ran into a guy on Instagram that, I knew from way, way, way long ago. I used to run track with him actually. And so he would always post on his story, and what it was, bro, what got me was the numbers that he was posting. Was like he would post a chart and I would see it and I have no idea what I'm looking at, just like everybody else. And this is something that a lot of people have seen, with trading becoming bigger over the last 6 months. I
guess within even like the age that we are seeing it a lot more.
Right. So we're seeing a lot of people do, and this is actually different than trading. This is what I don't do.
Okay.
So there's the people that will go on Instagram and they want to promote and like, hey, we're doing Forex and we're blah, blah, blah. You can make this money, from your phone and you don't have to do anything. But really what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you into their group and sign you up. And so they're making money off of you monthly, off of you paying your fee. And they're just trying to sign more people up and get more people into the group.
Dude, that's like the biggest thing that I've seen, and which is why a lot of people don't want to get into that.
Bro, and it ruins the game for Forex traders because it's like, and it doesn't ruin it because a true Forex trader, bro, I don't care what you do. Like, you can do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter to me if you ever trade Forex or not. For somebody who's doing, and it's called iMarkets Live, for somebody who does that, it's like they're making their money. They're making like a big portion of their money off of you signing up. And you getting other people to sign up and build a team. And like, people have this perception now.
Where does that money go to? Their pockets or like?
It goes to a network marketing company. So there's like one overarching company, and there's a person, who starts that company who does know how to trade, who does what I do, who does what I do. They're successful with trading. They're consistent. They're profitable. And so they start an academy to teach other people how to do what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But they attach it to residual income. And that's where the iMarkets Live and the signing people up and the earning residual income comes into play.
Okay.
So people have confused, the actual, just the skill of trading and the activity of trading with the iMarkets Live. And so they're thinking, in order to trade, I need to go sign people up and I need to do this. And it's not like that.
A lot of people have hit me up for that.
Dude, and it's so sad because like people really think Forex is signing people up to do what you're doing, to learn about trading. Bro, Forex has been around since like, if I'm not mistaken, like the 80s or the 90s.
Okay.
It's been a game, bro. And network marketing has been around for a while too, but they're two completely separate things.
Of course.
And so what got me into it was seeing not necessarily like the people posting about it on Instagram, because like I knew what Forex was because I was interested in finance. But my mentor, he would post the actual dollar amounts based off of, and we'll call it bets, but based off of like the certain bets that you would place behind a certain play, like a certain move in the market. And so I was seeing stuff like, okay, so if you take the minimum lot that you can possibly take, like the minimum bet, you know, $100. If you take 10 times that, which is still not a big bet, $1,000. And if you're taking 20 times that, or like 100 times that, $10K, right? So it's like, and the only difference between the money earned is how much you put behind the trade.
Interesting.
So you don't have to be some like crazy, like you don't have, and the way that your money is earned is measured in what's called pips. So it's like I think it's like point and percentage. So like, let's say pips are just like let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you catch 5 pips on a play and you put $100 behind it, that's 500 pips. But if you put $10,000 or like $1,000 behind it, that's 5,000 pips. 10,000 is 50,000 pips.
It's a lot.
50,000 pips equates to, it depends on what's behind it, but it could be $50,000. It could be like, so once you start seeing that, you realize like it's not about, like I don't have to be somebody taking like huge plays from the market. I can catch 5 pips and make 50 grand. Like if you can catch, and that's,
you're just catching the market at a good time,
right? You can't possibly ever time the market.
Yeah.
But you can look at the market and look for clues to enter, and think, hey, it's gonna do this. I'm gonna enter, and like I was saying earlier, the difference between a trader and an investor. If it hits 37 or 47, I'm out. But I'm out at 47, and I stand to make up to 55 or 60, whatever. So once you start seeing that difference, like that's what really got me into it, was like, bro, I've never seen anybody who can trade for 30 minutes or who can do any activity for 30 minutes and come away with a year's worth of income.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never like seen the ability to, and what really got me excited, bro, because I'm somebody, like I want to live a great lifestyle. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's not about the money, blah, blah, blah. And I agree. You're not going to be happy if you only have money. But if you have a lot of other things, you have your true happiness, you have your good people, you have something that makes you feel like you're making a difference in life, and you have money,
life's good.
Life is great.
Just
bro.
like Future said,
exactly. Life is good.
Right.
100,000 now.
Well, that's crazy. Okay, so putting 3 hours in a day, is that consistent or is that every day?
So when you're learning, it's not gonna be 3 hours a day, bro.
Probably like, more,
dude.
less?
Way more.
Okay,
because
that makes
this
sense.
is a skill that it takes a lot to learn, but once you figure it out, you're good for the rest of your life. Like if you can find a consistent way to go into the market and make money, and you can pull it out every day, and you're good. You're good for the rest of your life. That's the hardest part, is people finding something consistent that they can go on with and pull out. Because a lot of people will try a bunch of different things that they heard from a bunch of different other traders.
Yeah.
And they'll get confused and they'll keep trying just do random stuff and they'll keep losing money every day. And they're like, bro, like, there's no way you can make money in this. Like, blah, blah, blah. And there really is. It's just about the discipline, and it's more psychological than it is even learning the skill, bro. So
what has the impact been for you personally from, since you began? How has it helped or? Yeah, so really, bro, it's
even freeing up time too. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is once you get to the point where you're a fully, your income is really dependent on your ability to trade the market. Mm-hmm. You're so free from everything. It's crazy, bro. You literally have like FU money. Yeah. Like nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can tell you when to be where. Nobody can tell you what to wear when you show up. Like, bro, you trade for a few hours, you get your money, you get out, and you do whatever you want to do.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like the impact that it's had on me is it's really like driven me toward growth in every area, because there's so many lessons in trading that you can apply to life.
Okay.
Like the discipline. You gotta have discipline in life. Whether it be the discipline to not take a bad trade or not take a trade that looks enticing, but you don't have the things that you're really looking for, then you move into life. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna move into a certain endeavor if I haven't, if it's not showing me what I'm looking for out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go move in with somebody if I know that they can't even pay their bills, if they're in debt. So it's like, there's so much that you can take from what you're learning and trading and apply it to real life, and it's like, it's the same game.
It's crazy.
One just pays you a lot more.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Obviously. Dang, that's interesting, man.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. Look at any of that.
It's cool, man.
But what it sounds like, it's interesting, man. It sounds good. It sounds like it's very.
It's life changing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, that's cool to be able to basically make money, have the time to do whatever you like, and still bring in, sustainable money per se.
Bro, way more than you will actually earn what you're worth if you go into the financial market and learn how to trade. If you go and trade your time, because that's what people do. Everybody's a trader.
Yeah.
We'll go trade our time to make money.
Mm-hmm.
We'll trade 8 hours a day to make $100 a day. Then that's a terrible trade-off.
I know,
dude.
Man,
You're trading your time that you will never get back for some dollars that you're gonna go spend on another person's dream, even if it's fries. If you go to Fry's and you get some whatever groceries, $50 worth of groceries, that money you're never gonna see that money back. Yeah, you got the groceries, but them groceries are gonna go, and you'll never see the money back. But you definitely will never see those hours that you put in to get that money. Never see that back either. Dude, so it's like it's a lose-lose.
Right. No, it's crazy. I looked at my job hours worked. I've been working at this job. I'd say maybe around January, and it's almost like 700 hours. Like, it's scary to think how many hours I've put in already.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, though, Adam, I'll be honest with you, I've also, during this time of quarantine, have mapped out different ways I could diversify my income and create passive.
Right.
And with the photo stuff is, like, obviously the biggest one.
Yeah,
obviously.
Of course.
And man, I got some big things in the mix right now of kind of evolving myself and around a bigger team of people like myself, and strategizing ways that we can continue to make more money, as in like for clients and doing promotions and ads, and also managing things for people within like the creative realm.
Right. Yeah.
And,
no, I think that's great, bro.
No, life's trending up, man. And
dude, for sure.
Because I also, like you, even though I'm stuck in it right now, dude, I don't want to be working at a job making money for somebody else.
Right. It's
like, that's actually a very hungry thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you get in and like, okay, I don't have anything working for me right now, so I have to work for me, right? And then you go in, you get your job, and you use it to fund your dream. And once you hit your dream, you have something working for you, bro. And then that's when you use all the crazy money, because anybody who finds their dream and really makes it work for them, it's gonna be more money than you know what to do with.
Yeah.
Right. And like, the happiness is beyond the money. But like the money, it allows you to free yourself up and get your time back and make a difference and make an impact in other people's lives and do whatever you want to do that's really going to bring you that happiness. So it's like, when people say like money isn't everything, like, bro, it's really not. I guarantee you it's not. You can have $1 billion and be unhappy. But if you're somebody who can take the money that you earn off of your hard work and make it work for you, and you can bring happiness out of success, and usually money follows success. Mm-hmm. So
totally true, man. One of the biggest, and I'm not gonna tell you everything that I've been working on, because it's kind of, I'm keeping it low key for now, because it's gonna be like a big announcement here coming soon.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that I've been thinking about and brainstorming as of late, because obviously I'm going to school for marketing. Yeah. So I'm getting all that knowledge for what it's worth on a piece of paper.
For sure. Right.
I'm looking to eventually, out of college, surround myself with a good team that knows what they're doing, and possibly create like a digital marketing agency.
Bro. That's so funny that you mentioned that, because that's actually something that I've been thinking about, like, not necessarily funding, but like, when you come through trading, and this is how I look at trading. Trading is the greatest way to make money, in my opinion, that I've seen, and I've studied a lot of ways to make money. I can't think of a better one. So it's like you get that great income. Good. Right, yeah, you get that great income, and then you use that money to fund what you're really, and it's not that I'm not passionate and that I don't, because dude, I love finance, I love the markets, like I love looking at the markets every day and the news and learning more about my craft, but at the same time, like, I have other desires, bro. I want to go shoot videos. Like, I want to go help people who have a vision and have a dream and have a passion, but don't necessarily know how to navigate through what they have to go through to get to the top. So it's like, if I can figure out some things and I have the money to put behind it and I can make a difference and help people come up, I'm going to do that. And so one of the ways that I've been thinking about doing that, with the way that everything has been trending lately,
coaching?
Not necessarily coaching, but social media marketing, and if you can start like an agency, bro, who can take people who have the vision, who have the drive, but don't necessarily have the full skill or haven't refined what they're doing yet, and you can place them, you know, around a group of experienced people who can take them to the next level. You're pretty much you're building a home to foster that growth for those people who want to come up.
Exactly.
And it's like, dude, yeah, like if you can do that, you're giving back. You're adding to people's dreams. You never know. Like, dude, you're creating an equal opportunity. Yeah. Like, somebody can do exactly what you're doing, or they can pass you. And that's not what we're worried about. We're just worried about helping people get to where they're trying to go.
Because we both win, man.
Yeah, like if you pass me, bro, congrats. Like, you did what you was trying to do. Like,
I helped you get there, man. Our team got you there. Yeah.
Right. And like, I'm not asking for nothing in return. Like, I'm just glad that you got where you go, and I'm looking for the next, you know, talent that's looking to get where you're at.
Exactly, dude.
Type thing, bro. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a great move.
Yeah, that's honestly like the coolest. I would love to do that. Have like obviously like the video, like myself video, but like I want to be like the guy who goes in there and like sells it to the companies and whatnot. Obviously, because I know how we can take them to the next level and why they need to go to the next level. Because a lot of these places, you know, we're talking on a smaller scale here than like bigger corps and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you got YouTubers, rappers, for example, right? Just a whole bunch of people that are kind of just floating, but they have great content and they need that team to come in there and boost it.
And they just don't have the people behind them to get them to where they're trying to go. So
that's the vision, dude.
Dude, I feel that, bro. 100%. I'm back that.
No, like, it's crazy how much stuff that I've been thinking about during the quarantine.
Yes, and this shit, that's the thing is with this quarantine is like everybody's like, oh, like I'm down, like it has me, you know, depressed.
All the people that are saying that are the same people binging Netflix. What are you really doing
100%. Every day? What are you getting up and what are you doing? Are you waking up and are you like, okay, I'm bored, bro. If it weren't for my job, and really they're not getting paid off their job, they're getting paid off this unemployment benefit that they're getting from the government,
which is more than a job,
bro. At that time, for a lot of people it is more. And so it's like when you realize you could be somebody who's at a company laid off due to coronavirus, collecting unemployment, and that company goes under in coronavirus. So it's like, okay, now I gotta look for a new job. So it's like, hopefully, bro, we're like, and I don't hope that anybody loses their job or that anything adverse happens to anybody to add to, you know, the struggles of making it through their pathway down the pursuit of happiness. But at the same time, like, some people need that wake up call.
Exactly.
And this was really like,
this wasn't
it, dude. If this wasn't it, bro,
then you're sleeping.
You're not gonna get it. Yeah, you're not gonna get it. Yeah. So it's time to set that alarm, bro.
But no, like, for real, dude, it's been a good wake-up call for me. I've always been a grinder. Ever since I moved out the first time, it kind of, like, all sparked for me, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I gave up the video game hours. Every once in a while, I'll still hop on 2K.
Exactly.
But majority of my time is crafting, man, and perfecting my own craft. I feel like, and I don't know if you feel like this too, but if I'm not doing what I like love to do or learning how to get better, I feel like I'm wasting time, and it like makes me mad. It makes me so like it irritates me throughout the whole day.
Yes.
If I'm playing, like, let's say I go into like, let's just say 2 hours of 2K. After that, I just feel like bummy, dude. Like,
you're like, okay, I earned 100 VC.
No, that's so true though.
Now what? Like
it won't even matter in a year,
groceries
man.
with this, and I'm hungry right now.
Yeah.
Like, what am I really doing?
That's how I feel.
So you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, it can be used as that's
just me though. That's just
right. Like you gotta wind out. You gotta have your enjoyment. You have to have something that entertains your brain while you're not, you know, because you can't be work all the time. But yeah,
I feel like you can. Maybe more than often.
If you're Buffett, bro, if you're Jobs, if you're somebody like that, if you're, you know, Wozniak or
Elon,
those are different people though. Like, that's a different level,
different breed.
Yeah, like, it's, I don't know, that's not regular. But even for regular people, bro, like, you gotta have that little time of leisure.
That drive too, man. You gotta find it.
Yeah, definitely. You have to have the drive, and you gotta mix it with the leisure to where your work-life balance is good enough to keep wanting to drive. Because that's the thing, bro. Some people do have a hustle, but it's like their hustle gets outweighed by their grind. So it's like, their hunger gets outweighed by their grind. So like, they're hungry, right? Like, I want to get here. I want to do this, and that. And it's like they put in a few hours of work, and now it's like, okay, like, I've grinded. Where's the results?
Yeah, and then they get complacent,
bro.
and then they lose.
Right, like, it's a marathon.
Trust in it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
I think just being honest with yourself
This is just huge, man. Just keeping it real with yourself on how it really is and where you really want to go. Because you can talk all this stuff up.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to do all this, and then like you really have to just do it though. It's obviously everyone knows that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are gonna learn it later. There's a lot of people that learn it early. If you look at the early successful 20-year-olds, millionaire 20 whatever, they learned it. They learned it early, and so. I think a lot of people learn it early from sports and stuff like that, but even still, like, it doesn't really hit home until, like you said, like, until you get out on your own. You move out.
That's literally what did it for me, man.
Bro, yeah.
I remember it was a day off of work. It was a rainy day here, so it was obviously the vibes were good. I was bumping some music, and I was just thinking, I'm like, because that was kind of like the times where I was taking photos on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And I had this drone, and I hadn't used it for, like, almost a year, man. Now I'm like, what am I doing with this drone that I don't even use?
Right.
And literally, I lived on near the golf course. I just hopped out and I just wanted to fly it again. And then all of a sudden, it was like this huge spark. I was like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man. And then ever since then, it sparked everything. And then I was drive to get the cameras and then start taking more photos, and it changed everything for me, man. I started asking people if they wanted to do free photo shoots.
And that's passion. Like, it sounds like you found passion, bro. And that's a blessing because a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, like this sounds cool. I'll try to build a career behind this. And it's like, the passion isn't there. So once they get bored, like I said, and they put in that work and there's no result, they're like, eh.
Because, I was doing social media for Moon Valley Nurseries at the time.
Okay.
When we're talking about this, when I had the drone. And so I was really just kind of happy, working. Well, it was good. Obviously, I already found the passion for, like, social media marketing and stuff, but not, like, the videography and the photography, like, to a smaller amount, right? And kind of pushing everything that you're seeing around here. And so I would just kind of come home. I was obviously going to school at the time, so I thought school and work was the big things, and that was it.
That's what you got to do, and once you come home, you relax. And that's what you're taught. That's what you're taught is you go home, you put in the hours at school, or you put in the hours at work, and at home you come home and you watch social or reality TV, and you watch with JWoww and Snooki, and like, bro, if you're giving 8 hours to your job, you gotta come home and give 4 hours to yourself.
I do that, bro.
Have to, bro.
Yes, I do that, man. And there's obviously days where it's tough.
Right.
But I would say more days than not. Dude, on my days off, I wake up at 6:30. I'm probably on the computer getting ready at like 7, 8.
Yeah.
And dude, basically till like I go to bed, man. I'm just working on stuff.
You gotta do it, bro, because
it's crazy to think about.
You're gonna see it, bro. You're gonna see it completely surpass waking up and going to work, and it's gonna be like, I don't even have time to go to work. Like,
it's like when I go to work, I want to be doing the stuff that I'm doing, and so I'm then I'm brainstorming, and I'm just trying to find ways to get out.
Yes, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, it's not meant to be, and I feel like that's why they call it a rat race. Like, it's not meant to be something that you're in forever, because if you're stuck in it forever, you're a rat.
Dude, that's so true.
If you can get out.
It's sad seeing people that are like, possibly could be like my dad working at the job
50,
I do.
60, bro, forever. And it's like,
I can't do it, dude. I think about it. And
like, congratulations. Like, you were able to put in that hard work for that long. Like, really, congratulations, because I couldn't have put in 30 years at a company that didn't care about me, bro. Like, I'm going to put into myself.
I know. I love that about you, though. Like, you're super motivated with that.
Yeah.
And, like, at some point, kind of just like me, just sparked.
Bro, it definitely sparked for me once I and I feel like I was always self-driven, but it was more so through sports, and so it was like it wasn't translating.
You were a beast, man. Ever since like elementary, man, you're like the kickball king. Had that leg on you, kicking things all the way to the bathroom.
Bro, to the bathroom, you see me? No.
Only the OGs will know
bro.
that.
The OGs, like Noah Kirkendall, bro, like Frankie Russo, like the people like Boone Dowse, like the people that we used to actually play with. Yeah. For sure.
My little youngin was trying to be on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, for sure. But yeah, no, sports is what really is what was driving me. And then once sports was like, okay, and I was always somebody who was taught by my mom, like, sports is not forever. Like, there's always going to be something outside of sports that you have to be able to do. But sports is kind of like what showed me, once I started reflecting on my past, that you got to keep the drive moving towards something in whatever you do.
Yeah, so like obviously from the get-go, the young days, you were always like gifted in sports. So, obviously going to high school, I know you were a varsity athlete and stuff.
Yeah.
Where did that kind of begin for you, and that vision for you in high school? Like, I guess freshman year.
It's so funny, man, that you asked me that, because there really was no vision. Like that, and I think that's why I was good at sports, was because like I was just playing. Like it was just something that I like to do. It was something that, you know, I could express myself through. It was something that I could, you know, meet new friends through or grow through. So really, bro, like there was no vision for me, and that's weird just to like hear that.
No, me too. But
yeah, like when you're young, you don't know.
You
like,
just play.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, like my mom signed me up, and like I'm in it. Like,
very true.
So from a super young age, I started at probably like six or seven, and I started playing basketball. That was like my first sport. You know, I begged my mom to put me in it. She put me in, and since then, bro, from 7, 8 until 22, 23, there was not a time in that span that I did not play sport.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like my mom, like, oh no, you know, you got to sign up for basketball and make sure you sign up for football. Like, mom, am I on the team? Am I on the roster for such? Like, did you sign me up? She's like, it was me. So really, it just came from like the passion and the fun that I was having with it. Elementary school, you know, I was playing a bunch of different sports. Middle school is when I really started to key in on one sport, which is track and field. And I was really good at football throughout, you know, my younger ages, like elementary school, and then I kind of like faded away because I found track in middle school. And once I got into track, it showed me like there's levels, bro. Like football, you know, usually when you're young like that, it's interstate, like you're playing against people in your state, intrastate, excuse me, not interstate. So you're playing with people in your state, within your region, like within your city, whatever. Once you get to track though, like you're running against people in your city, but there's the opportunity to travel. There's the bigger meets, like when you get to regionals and nationals, that, you know, you're going against not people in your state, but people from your region. So for us, that's New Mexico, Colorado, you know, all of the surrounding states, Texas, whatever. And then once you get to the nationals, bro, like it's just the whole U.S.
Yeah.
And so track in middle school really like showed me that.
Did you go to Mountain Sky?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to middle school at Mountain Sky, and I ran on the track team there, and it was what it was. But my focus was like club track.
Oh, you did club track?
I did club track.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't understand, like, even at that young age, like there is the opportunity for, you know, those competitive, you know, little athletes to get into that path.
Yeah.
You can go to play basketball at Mountain Sky. You can go to play basketball at Thunderbird, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, Lookout. But if you're not in your, like, your group setting, like your team outside of the school setting, it usually is based off of either politics or they don't have the right, like, programs for growth that you're looking to, you know, to get to the next level and be a high school star or be a middle school star or whatever you're trying to do. So once I got into track, it really showed me that there was levels, and that, you know, it takes more work than going to school and like doing the school practice. But it didn't show.
So were you doing both?
Yeah, at one point I was doing 8th grade track and, you know, club track.
Wow. Yeah.
But it really wasn't that much, because with 8th grade track and field at school, it was like, I told them, I was like, hey, like I'm doing club.
I'll show up to the meets.
That's my priority. Like I'll show up to the meets, I'll show up to practice when I can, but I'm getting practice in, like a way different level of practice. Yeah, because I was literally doing more. Excuse me.
You're good.
More, you know, what they were even trying to offer me to do, or what offered to me.
Try this one.
Yeah, I'll try this one. No.
Other way?
There we go. Okay. Technical difficulties. Yeah, so I was like, I'm literally going to do more than you guys are even gonna have me do. So like, they weren't mad about it. They understood, because like I said, like it's a whole different game. Like it's a whole different ball game. It's levels. So that 8th grade and 7th grade track and field is what like really showed me, like, you know, this could lead to something. Like at that point, my dream.
So you already kind of had the vision.
Well, that's where I developed it. Was my dream was to become an Olympic athlete. And at that period of time in my life, I wanted to go to the Olympics and I wanted to hurdle.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
And that was my big thing in track, college track, or not college, but, you know, club track, was that I was able to hurdle really well. I was best in the state, best in the region, 3rd in the nation. So, you know, I was killing it. And I was like, man, this is cool.
Wait, middle school?
Yeah.
You were 3rd in the region?
In the nation, yeah.
In middle school?
In 8th grade, I finished 3rd at nationals for that age group. And it was actually in Kansas that year.
And you're doing this in middle school?
Yeah.
So you traveled in middle school.
Yeah. Like I said, like there's the opportunity to travel. You have those regional and national meets where you're going, and even just regular invitationals. Like you go to different states and stuff. So it was cool. Like I got to see a whole different side of sports.
Yeah,
like
man.
like it's deeper.
Oh
like it really is deeper. And so I got to experience that in track, and I didn't experience that in any other sport. And so I think when I got to high school, my freshman year, I wasn't gonna play football. Like I was like, like I just want to do track. Like track has been cool. Like this is it. Like this is it for me. I'm going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I got to high school, and the high school coaches, like the freshman coaches, were like begging me to sign up for the football team.
Dude,
other
I would have
athletes,
been too, man.
yeah, they're like, hey man, like come sign up. Like, did you sign up for the team? Like, are you gonna play this year? But and I was like, nah, like I don't really want to play. Like I just want to do my thing with track. Blah blah blah. And I think I drove by a practice where they were doing, like, they were padded up and doing whatever, and I was like Mom, like I want to play. Like I want to play football. And so I was able to, still go to that coach because they wanted me to play so bad, and like signups were over. And I was like, hey, like if you guys will have me, like I want to sign up and I want to play. And so from then on, bro, like that was like the real like revamp.
I guarantee you, they didn't say no.
Yeah, they're like, okay, like yeah, like, let's get it done.
Anybody
like,
else though? Nah, it's too late, man.
maybe not at the freshman level. At the freshman level, I don't think so. But yeah, like they were excited to have me, and I was like, you know what, like I will take a chance on this. And throughout my sophomore year, or freshman year, I played a bunch of different positions. I had some success, and then sophomore year, I started on varsity, like first game. As a wide receiver, and I had never played wide receiver.
Was that with Jake?
That was with Jake and Carter Hoffman.
That's not my.
Yeah, so Carter was cool, bro. He was also the quarterback there, but Jake ended up like shining, and they used him as a starter throughout the season.
Jake was same or older?
He was a year older than us.
Okay, so he was a junior.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we were sophomores. So sophomore year I stepped up, and we had Kanai on that team. Like we had a bunch of the people that had won that 2010 state championship.
Okay.
Kind of still on that team.
Okay.
Yeah, before I got there, because I got there 2011.
Oh.
So we still had some good players. And Kanai, who actually, ended up going to Oregon and playing as a running back.
So that,
he was like a blessing for me because he showed me that like in some areas, like, you got to get your film right. Like you got to do this and that. Like
study
this is what they're looking for. Yeah. Study your film, get some film out there for coaches to look at. Like he kind of showed me like recruiting was a thing, but even still, like I didn't see the full picture, bro, because you can understand that there's levels to the sports itself, but recruiting is a whole different game.
Okay.
Recruiting is about bro. It's
marketing yourself in a sense,
bro. It's about putting yourself in front of these coaches, showing them what they want to see, getting your film right, going to their camps. And I had no idea about any of that. So sophomore year, I had a decent year, whatever. Kanai went to Oregon, and junior year, I came out, and that was really like the year that like things changed. Like I was like miles ahead of like other receivers on our team, and like that's not to be cocky or anything, but like I was getting I was getting like a bunch of attention. Like that was my second year playing wide receiver, and I was doing really well.
Yeah.
And so at the end of that season, I had like a bunch of college coaches coming to me, like literally visiting me at school, pulling me out of class, like, hey,
really?
Like, yeah, bro, every day, like every day for probably like the second half of that semester after.
Do you remember the first time you got pulled out of class?
First time, I think I was in social studies class, and the Oregon coach came up, and I was getting recruited by like the University of Oregon, like the Ducks, and Kanai was there. He wasn't there, but he was like at that team.
He showed up?
No, he wasn't there at the meeting. He was on the team at that time.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
So, I was getting some love from them. They came, they pulled me out of class, and the coach, I'll never forget, he had some Nike foam posits on, and they were pretty cool because they were like Oregon customized, like they had the Oregon colors, and it looked like, almost like the gasoline tint. Like if you look at it in a certain light, it's a different color.
Yeah.
And yeah, he pulled me out, and he was like, yeah, like, we like your film, we're interested, we want you to come to a camp, we want to stay in communication, blah, blah, blah. And I had that happen so many times. Like it was cool. Like I was young and I didn't really understand that.
This is junior year?
Yeah, this is my junior year. And that doesn't sound very young because for a lot of athletes, like they have like, and I came from a one parent household, like it was just me and my mom. So a lot of those athletes, like they'll have two parents and like they have the dad that understands, like, oh, bro, you got college coaches, like like, all right, bet, like, we're gonna get you on a weight plan, like, we're gonna do all the blah blah blah, like, all this stuff. And there were so many variables that I was missing because I didn't understand the depth like I did in track. Like, I understood in track, you know, it's bigger, like, it's deeper.
Yeah.
But when it came to basketball and when it came to football, like, I didn't have the understanding. And I feel like I was maybe too young to put two and two together, that, like, the same grind that you put into one endeavor, if you put that into the next, like, it's still gonna propel you forward. Like, no matter what it is, it might look a little bit different, but the same grind has to be there. And so I wasn't really aware of that. And so, like, there would be times where, bro, like, I would, like, go home after school and, like, I would go to practice, like, I would do my thing, and then I would just go home after school and just sit there. And it's like, dude, I could have been using that time to, like, continue studying film or continue working on myself and my body, blah, blah, blah. And, like, at the end of the day, like, that's not really what stopped me from going, and we'll get into that a little bit later, you know, to college and to the next level or whatever. But had I been, you know, aware of that and really been doing that since day one of my junior year, or the day that I got a recruiting letter, because I remember my first piece of mail came from Michigan State, and I was like, oh, like, that's pretty cool. Like these colleges sent me, like, this mail or whatever, but it was literally just a little basic letter, like, hey, like, Adam, blah, 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 like, we're interested in you. And I was like, okay, like, that's awesome. Yeah. And then, you know, as the season kept going on and I kept having success, I kept getting more mail from more schools, and, like, it became more personalized, and, like, hey, like, these people are actually sending this mail directly to me, and, like, they want me to come to the camp, and, like, whatever.
That's crazy.
So, and it was cool, bro. It was such an awesome experience. But, you know, going through all of that without, you know, having the understanding of laying the foundation, it was kind of like,
maybe like the extra guidance,
right, bro. And there were dude, I had, like, recruiters coming up to me like, hey, man, like, pay us for this service, and, you know, we'll make sure that your film is out and that you have a pretty much like a portfolio, like, ready for when these people come up to you and they're evaluating you and they want to see what do you have to offer. Boom, it's ready. And, you know, unfortunately, like, we didn't have the resources to afford that, so we were just kind of doing it on our own. And
was any part of this, obviously at the start of junior when you got coach coming in, was it, like, intimidating for you at this young age?
No, because and I think it would have been had I been aware of, like, okay, like, oh, recruiting is starting, like, this is what I've been, like, looking for, because I had the intention to go to college with playing sports, but it was never a reality until my junior year. Yeah. Where, like, I had put in the work and I got, like, good results out of the season, and people noticed it and picked up on it. So once they started picking up on it, for me, it was just like, oh, like, okay, like, I'm getting hit up, like, okay, cool. And then it really just came on, like, as, like, a rush, bro. Like, I got my offer from Washington, and then coaches just from everywhere. Not even just the Pac-12, like Vanderbilt from like the Big Ten, I believe they're in, or the SEC. They were hitting me up, like, bro, just everywhere from, like, all over the nation. And so for me, it was just like, oh, like, I got new mail today.
That's
like, move
crazy,
on. Like, just
dude.
go do your next day of practice, like, whatever. Yeah. And then once colleges start to show up, that's when I was like, okay, like, this is
for
a little
real.
bit deeper. Yeah, like I had colleges coming. I had the University of Utah come out and watch a practice, and it was just like a walkthrough. Like, we were just running, like, practicing plays or whatever.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like, I had them watch a practice, and I was like, okay, like this is next level. Like, I really do have the opportunity to go to college with this. And that's when it started to get into my mind at the end of my junior year that, okay, like, you could do something with this. Like,
yeah.
But at that point, bro, it's too late.
So were you the only person on the team at the time that was kind of getting that much attraction?
Yeah.
Did a lot of older guys or teammates kind of, like, look at you like, oh, this dude's just a big stud?
So I think maybe honestly, no. The only time I had that happen was in track my freshman year. So I had this kid, and I won't name names, but he was a hurdler. And I walked in, and this is when I was coming off of 8th grade, like, 3rd in the nation for hurdles, like, whatever. And they didn't really understand that there were, like I said, there's levels, bro. Like, there's the club track, and then there's school track. Mm-hmm. And once you get to high school, that's when school track is like, okay, this is important, and it takes off. But up until, you know, 8th grade, when you're in that club track, that's really the avenue you want to be in. So I transitioned over to high school, and I was walking in, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna be a hurdler, blah blah blah. Like, these are my goals for the season, and my goal was, like, a faster time than the top hurdler there. And he was like, okay, like, yeah, like, we'll see. bro, first race of the season, like, I blew him out the water. And he was like,
really?
oh, like, okay. Like, yeah, like, I get it now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and this is, was he like a senior, junior?
He was a junior, bro, my freshman year.
But he was like the top guy?
Yeah, he was our
there?
best hurdler at Thunderbird. And so he he didn't understand the vision, bro.
Bro,
like,
I mean, could you imagine being a junior and some freshman comes in saying, hey, I'm going to take your spot?
Right, yeah. And like,
because
that's
no
why
freshman, I don't really think does that, man.
They don't do it, bro. And it's very few and far between. And when they do, it's like, okay, like, they're meant to go somewhere different. And so...
That's true.
So that's the only time I ever really experienced it. With football, it was always like a great, like, positive and supportive environment. Like, I had like the older kids like relying on me, like looking at me as like a leader, like, hey, like, bro, we need you to pull through, like, get this next touchdown to put us up or to tie us, whatever. Like, where the ball's going to you, like, we're looking at you. So it's like that was cool for me. Like,
I never saw you play, man.
Yeah. It was. There was a lot of people, bro, because Thunderbird wasn't like the home of football in Arizona, like. We would have our little student section. We'd have the parents come out and watch, and that was it. Cheerleaders, people on
Probably
sidelines.
like the worst school, or I wouldn't say the worst.
It wasn't the worst, but yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not a football school. It's just not.
It's not really anything school. I'd say maybe track.
It's an academic school, bro.
Yeah.
You got a lot of smart people that come out of there, and they go on and they do great things.
Interesting.
Sports, not so much.
Yeah. I agree.
But
coaches.
I don't know about that.
So, like, obviously you had a great junior year. This would have been, I think, my freshman year coming into high school, so I was just a youngin'.
Yeah. And
trust me, I had none of this vision that you had, not even just for sports, but for anything, man. You were already on another level, I'll tell you that. So, but you were killing it. You were killing it junior year, man. And was that, like, a fun time of high school for you?
That was my, like, honestly, one of the funniest years of my life, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, I reflect on that time, and like outside of sports, there wasn't really a lot of like great things going on for me other than, you know, like I had my mom, like, and she was great, like leading me through life, and she did an awesome job. But like it's not like I was, you know, I wasn't going to the parties, and I wasn't blah, blah, blah. Like it was just all sports, and not to like a bad, you know, extent or anything like that, but really that was all I had to focus on.
Yeah.
So it was awesome, bro, because it was like you're putting your time and effort into something, and you're seeing results back from it. And so that was like the first time really, other than track, that I'd really seen that come, you know, to fruition for me, like the fruits of your labor turned into fruit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. And like I was saying, like my junior year, you know, I had people that were supportive of me and, you know, cool, and I was getting that attention. And then, you know, my senior year is kind of like when things started to change a little bit. So
I want to transition because I'm sure a lot of people remember this, the decision. But your transition from Thunderbird to Pinnacle, I remember a lot of people were bummed, but obviously you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
What kind of sparked that decision for you?
Yeah, man, and it was tough, bro. This was the toughest part for me, was that I was getting like blamed for, like, people were literally like, oh, like he's quarterback shopping, and like he's, because what ended up happening, bro, was there was one area that I could move into, and we moved because my mom needed to be closer to her job. Like we were living in, I think we were in like North Phoenix, around Scottsdale or whatever, and she needed to be closer to like Happy Valley, Peoria type. So that's why we moved. And a lot of people didn't really understand that. Like nobody ever came to me and asked like, what, like, why did you move? Like, what happened? It was all just, oh, like, you just left to go play football, bro. Then that's what I'm trying to say is, like, I wasn't at that level to where I was making those decisions, like, oh, like, there's a better quarterback over there, like, I'm gonna go, like, tell my mom to move. Like, it wasn't like that, bro, at all. Like, we weren't even necessarily in a position to, like, for me to be like, hey, mom, like, I want to live in this city, and, like, she's like, okay, let's just get up and move. Like, we were where it was working for us, like, we were doing what was going to get us to where we needed to go. And so she moved to close to Pinnacle, and like really close to her job. That was where we were trying to aim. But when we moved, bro, like Thunderbird didn't offer me like a variance or anything. Like I didn't have a car. Like there was really no possibility for me to get from where we lived to Thunderbird and back every day. There just wasn't. So I ended up switching, and I didn't really have the choice. But those two schools is I could have went to Horizon, or I could have went to Pinnacle. And I was like, I mean, for one, I would have needed a car to go to Horizon, or I would have had to have caught like a city bus. And I was like, I don't have a car. Like I'm not trying to ride the bus. Yeah, like I'm just trying to go to school and just do what I do. And so Pinnacle it was. And bro, by the grace of God, like there was an amazing quarterback who actually now plays for the Patriots.
Who?
Brian Lorgy. He got drafted by the Patriots.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy. Was he throwing to you?
Yeah, he was the one that was throwing the ball to me.
Dang.
They didn't throw the ball to me very often, which it was crazy. But
what you mean?
Yeah, I'll explain it. But
okay.
So we moved. I ended up at Pinnacle.
How was that for you? Like,
bro,
was this okay? Because I know you got a lot of backlash from, I'm guessing, just Thunderbird people.
Yeah, I had a bunch of people on Thunderbird like. Just being like as negative as possible.
Dude,
and it was the same people, bro, that were like as positive as possible as they possibly could be while I was there. As soon as the switch flipped, negative as they could be.
Without even knowing.
Like, yeah, they don't even know my situation. These are the people that were supporting me without even really knowing me. So it's like, yeah, like I see your support and like thank you, but like
that's shady,
I don't even know you, bro. Like, and then so once I move, it's like you really shouldn't have anything to say. Like, don't go spread like rumors and stuff. And this was a big thing that like made the biggest impact in my recruiting when I moved and when I transitioned and when all that happened was I came to we decided we were gonna move and we moved. We signed the lease for the new house or whatever, new apartment or whatever. And I was still a part of Thunderbird's program because nothing had been finalized. Mm-hmm. So I went back to like a spring ball game. It's like a 7-on-7, 2-hand touch, whatever.
Yep, I did that.
And we had to break the news to coach or whatever, and he was upset, bro.
What?
Yes, okay. Bro. So upset. Like screaming, like mad, bro, mad. And I was like, I mean, like if it's like I understand like you're upset, but like I would like to play with my teammates for the last time if I possibly could, like in the 7-on-7 game. And he was like, nah, like you gotta go. And like I get that, like I'm not on that team anymore, like you gotta go. I get it. But at the same time, like dang, he went so much farther than that, bro. Like he was literally, bro, like there was coaches recruiting me and like sending me mail to sending me correspondence to be in contact with him, right? And so he was receiving that mail and throwing it away. Like receiving it on my behalf because they didn't know that it was in the middle of summer, like I didn't have anything to like shoot out a mass communication like, hey, like this is where I'm at now. I hit up a reporter and he put an article out that, yay, like I switched, blah, 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 whatever. But that wasn't enough. So, bro, and this is what was so weird to me is I had so much mail, bro, that like I couldn't even control it. Like I couldn't open it all in one day. But once I went to Pinnacle, like the day after that switch happened, no more mail coming to me. And so I was like, okay, like, yeah, obviously still going to Thunderbird. Like, I just need to go pick it up and, do my part until it all gets sent to Pinnacle. Never, bro. Like, never did I receive any more mail. And what it was, bro, was I heard this from not even coaches at universities, like players. Like the players that were on the team that, the coaches put in charge to, hey, like, we have this recruit, like, he might show up and I want you to be in contact with him until he shows up. And then once he shows up, show him around the campus, whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, like, we've heard that, like, you've had bad grades and blah, 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 blah. And it was like, bro, if you look at my high school transcripts and, like, I don't know if it's public record or whatever, but I did not have bad grades.
I was gonna say, you always are pretty smart.
I never had bad grades. When I graduated college, I graduated like top of my class, bro, like summa cum laude, whatever people want to say, 3.85. Like I would have been a blessing to any football team's roster academic wise, because there's so many people that have so much talent, they can't even pull a 2.0 out or 2.9 out, bro. Like I had a 3.8. So it was like that right there shows you that was a lie. There was no problem with my grades. And then like, and I heard like other rumors like, oh, like you're not a team player and you're like this, just pretty much a bunch of negative stuff that once I got from Thunderbird to Pinnacle, it was like I was fighting adversity. Mm-hmm. And then once I got to Pinnacle and the season started, like they really weren't giving me the ball. I went from a place at Thunderbird where I was getting the ball, like it was very possible for me to see 10 to 12 catches a game, or at least targets to where I have an opportunity to make something out of it. I went to Pinnacle, bro, it was 3 to 4 catches, if that, like on a great game.
Were you getting along with everyone though?
Yeah, like and it was weird, bro, because like everybody was cool, the coaches like loved me. I just wasn't getting the ball. And so, and I didn't complain, like I wasn't the player that was gonna be on the sideline, oh coach, you gotta throw me the ball, like we're down such and such and I'm wide open every time we run this play and this guy can't guard. Like it was never that. And honestly, I low-key wish I would have been like that because I promise you I'd be in a different spot, but like that's neither here or there. Like that's in the past. So I got there, bro, and I still had, if you really compare the stats, at Thunderbird I had like 1,200 yards off 65 catches. I think I was averaging like I don't remember what I was averaging. At Pinnacle though, I had like almost 900 yards. I think it was like mid 8s or high 8s off of 35 catches, bro.
That's it?
Yeah, 30. So it was like I was averaging over 20 yards a catch. Like if you look at the
feeding
film,
you.
Yeah, they weren't really feeding me, so I didn't have a bunch of like enticing film to send out to coach. Like all my plays were screens, long balls, and comebacks. That was it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah, like these people understand, like a lot of the people that they're recruiting can go get the long ball. They can go up high to get the ball. They can run a comeback. Like, but they want to see the over the middle routes. They want to see your they want to see that you're a route technician. They want to see that you're adverse and that you're, you can do more things than just receive in.
Which when I was
dude. Right. When I was at Thunderbird, I played quarterback for I think it was our second game because Jake got hurt my junior year. I played quarterback and I got us our first win of the season. Yeah. I played quarterback. I threw a touchdown, bro. Like to Caleb. You remember Caleb? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like I got him his first touchdown. I didn't get him. Like he got open on the route and he was open and I hit him. And it was cool because like that was his first touchdown and that was my first passing touchdown.
Dang.
So it was cool, bro. It was lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I started to hear just a bunch of like negative talk from players and coaches once I made that transition.
Dude.
And it came from literally just me making a move. Like somebody, like a 50, 60, whatever year old man who was just salty that like somebody moved off his team.
Well, because he was probably getting a lot of attention too, which is
like, I get that, bro, but like when you're a high school coach,
you can't. No,
you're
man, that's not what you sign up for.
That's not, you sign up to coach the
to
team,
help
and
these
if you
kids,
have a great
man.
player, yeah, then
it should be more meaningful than that. When you have a guy like yourself that comes on and just like all of a sudden becomes a star of the high school team.
Yeah, and it was
man,
it was awesome, bro. It was a great experience because it taught me like, and I've always been humble, but like that was really like.
I didn't know. Yeah, see, this is all me. This is all new for me, man. I didn't know about any of this. I just knew that the move happened.
That was it. That's all anybody knows. Is that like he just transferred from Thunderbird to Pinnacle.
So would you say a lot of people from Thunderbird stopped talking to you after that?
I didn't talk to a lot of people at Thunderbird anyways.
Really?
Yeah. Like, that was the thing at Thunderbird is a lot of people knew who I was because of sports and, like, AT, he's good at sports. So, like, yeah, he can sit at the cool table. Like, I didn't have, like, actual in-depth, like, real friendships.
Really?
I had probably, like, three people, bro, throughout that whole Thunderbird experience that were really true friends. And like I had a bunch of acquaintances, like, and people, like, obviously you're gonna have people that look up to you, yeah, like,
whatever, yeah,
because you're getting recruited, whatever. But yeah, Thunderbird was awesome for sports, and there were some cool people, but
dang, man,
it was a weird life experience, bro.
Yeah,
it was weird, yeah.
But why?
It was really shallow.
Well, is that okay? So is that why? Do you feel like you couldn't just make more friends with people like that? Did you just know?
I just don't have the desire to make friends with people who only want to hang out with you because
you're good at sports.
They see you getting outs on the announcements in the morning because you scored a touchdown yesterday. Like, you're gonna talk to me because I scored a touchdown?
So
like,
did you get people in high school? For those of you that don't know, we're like a 2-year difference.
Yeah.
So my only year with you there was junior, my freshman year. That was it, right? And I don't even think we talked that much. I think we just said like maybe like hi or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you have a lot of people that just came up to you, dabbed you up, maybe said what's up, and you didn't even really know who they were? Really?
On a daily basis, bro. Like, it almost felt like being a celebrity, and I won't, like, it wasn't obviously to that extent because Thunderbird is only so big and there's only so many people, but like, everybody knows you and everybody is like, oh, like, hey, what's up, Adam? Like, blah, blah, blah. And it was cool. Like, it really was, and it was awesome, but I realized, like, very early, bro, that it was extremely shallow, and that if I had no success in sports, none of those people would have said anything to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I went to Pinnacle from Thunderbird, it was almost, I wouldn't say that people were so much, like, better, but there were more of those genuine people.
Yeah.
Like, that actually, dude, I could have never played football. I could have never touched a sport in my life, and they'd have been like, oh, what's up? Like, what'd you eat for lunch today? Like, what's your fit? Like, dude, it was just better. And even from a football standpoint, like, even though I didn't necessarily get as many opportunities to prove myself, the whole environment, like, Pinnacle is a football school. Mm-hmm. Like, the stands would be packed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Lit. At away games.
Yeah. Like,
the littest that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. It was totally different experience.
Bro, totally different. It felt like playing high school football in Texas. Like, it was lit, bro. It was so cool. Like, I really can't explain it. Like, you just gotta score a touchdown with the stands full, bro. Like,
I can imagine.
it was lit. It was awesome. But So yeah, once I went there, I had like limited opportunities, and I made the most out of it because like I still was productive for my opportunities, but it wasn't the same as Thunderbird. And so a lot of coaches took that as, okay, like we already have like this lingering, you're not good in class, you're not a team player, blah blah blah, matched
just
with
reading the surface.
Right, reading the surface, matched with, and that's all recruits. Like that's not just me.
Yeah.
You look at these people that are getting recruited, and it's like, bro, it's a lot of stress and pressure on a lot of young kids, especially at that age. If you don't have a parent that did go through that or has an idea of it to help you navigate through it, it can tear you down. Like it definitely can, because and I'll just use myself as an example, bro. Like I was on top of the world one year, and then at the end of like the next year, I was same level as everybody else. And for me, it didn't kill me because I kept myself at the same level. Like I understood, bro. Like yeah, I'm good at sports, but like I'm just like everybody else. Like I was still humble throughout it all, so it really didn't take the wind out of my sails, luckily. And once football happened at Pinnacle, it was awesome. It was whatever, but I went into track that year, and track is, football's in the fall, track is in the spring. So I took basketball season off. I didn't want to play basketball. I lifted, and then I went out and ran track. And that's where my mom really like saved me, bro, because I didn't want to do track. Like I was like, bro, like football didn't work out. Like that's it. Like I'm done.
Before you go into that real quick, during your junior year,
yeah,
and maybe like a little bit before you transfer, was there a point in time where you said, I want to play football in college?
Oh, bro.
Over track.
Bro. At the end of my sophomore year, because I was scared to go to varsity when I was a sophomore. Like I played my freshman, I killed it. Sophomore, they were like, all right, like we're just going to put you up to varsity. And I was like, I weigh like 140 pounds. Like, what do you mean? Like, if I take one hit, I'm broke. Like, I can't do it. And so I was scared. And I didn't really gain weight, but I started to play at that level, and I realized like it's no different.
Yeah.
Like the skill the skill still has to be there, and if you have the skill, high school is not a place where size will outweigh your skill. College, it could happen. Pros, it could happen, but like, and really it doesn't happen in the pros because your skill is so high at that point.
Yeah.
Like
you
can be small, bro. If you're cold, you're cold.
Yeah.
And so it ended up working out, but. Yeah, really after that sophomore year, like once I had some success and Kenai was really like helping me, like, hey bro, like I'll help you with your film, like okay, this is what I put together, like, send me your login, like I'll help you with this and that, whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm really glad and grateful that he was there to help me through that, because if it weren't for him, dude, like I really wouldn't even have known like the pathway to get from high school to college. So that sophomore year is when I started to realize like this could become something.
Yeah.
Junior year, I just kept my head down and really just did what I needed to do. I was being looked at as like the leading receiver or whatever after all the other receivers left. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna assume my position, like I'm gonna lead the team, and I was able to. So that year, that junior year, like once I really started getting recruited and stuff, was when I was like, okay, like this could be a college move.
Well, dang, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Football was almost outweighing track. So
it definitely was, bro. At that point, once I got through that sophomore year and into my junior, and I was like ready to just put football at the forefront, like that's really all I was concerned with. I didn't want to do basketball. I didn't want to do track. I actually stopped doing. So I played on varsity my sophomore year for the basketball team as well.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just 1 year?
It was 1 year because my junior year I was like, bro, like I love football so much. I don't want to do anything else. So football took the front stage, and then after my junior year, once I moved, it just kind of like fizzled out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like my mom really saved me after that year at Pinnacle when I played, and things were downhill before I even played at Pinnacle. Like the first game, I was already at a disadvantage due to what was going around about me. Yeah, like.
Damn, that's a lot of adversity for.
Yeah, it bro, and I didn't realize it at the time. That's the good thing is like, thank God I was like so young and naive and was just like I'm sure to play. Yeah. It really wasn't that deep for me. Like I wanted to go to college, but I was able to make it through just off of ignorance is bliss, which I'm kind of upset that I was ignorant, but at the same time, like luckily I was during that point because it got me through. But my mom saved me because she was like, football might not have worked out. And at that time it was too early to rule it out because I still had some time in my year. Mm-hmm. But she was like, hey, like you're still great at track, like don't forget, like you were third in the nation in the hurdles in your 8th grade year, like and you haven't really stopped. Like I did track every single year.
Right.
I did not do track in high school. So she was like, man, just get back out there and, you know, do what you need to do in track and see if you can get something off that. Because I was still getting recruited for track my junior year.
Okay.
At Thunderbird. And so I went out, I did track, kind of reluctantly. I didn't really want to do it.
Really?
But at the end of that year, I had an offer.
How were you compared to most of the talent there on the track team? Still top?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Pinnacle didn't really have that many athletes.
Yeah.
Track wise.
Okay.
Yeah. A few years after me, they had some great athletes on the track team. But my year, it wasn't really anything. So, but even just like statewide, like I came up with like Paul Lucas. I don't know if you ever met Paul or if you even knew who that is. He was a real big track and football guy.
Okay.
Paul, I came up with Isaiah Oliver, who actually plays for the Falcons now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like so that was like the people that I was competing with in track at that time. And yeah, so I did track my senior year. I came out with a scholarship.
Okay. How was like state and all that?
State, I don't think I competed because my back was actually injured during the state meet my senior year, so I didn't make it too far in state. I think my junior year in state is when I was like poised to win, you know, the hurdles, and I false started, bro.
What?
Yeah, like I was really over track because like it just kept like equaling up to like just disappointment. I was like, whatever, like football, like I don't really care because football is football. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I got my offer from Pinnacle, and luckily my mom pushed me to do that because had she not, I wouldn't have ended up at Grand Canyon, and I wouldn't have ended up like learning about the next part of my life, which was like, yeah, my mom always said like there's sports, but you gotta have something outside of sports. And I was like, yeah, like you're right. I'm like, yeah, I always considered an education outside of sports, but there was nothing that I was doing to like pursue and actually create an avenue and a lane for myself outside of sports. And so in college, like my passion for track was not there. I was like, it was a mission, bro. It was like, I understand I have this talent and these people need recruits and they need people to do their track team and they need people to get results off of. And I can provide them with that and they can provide me with a degree. It's transactional. And I love that team, bro. Love the people that I met, love the coaches.
Great university, man. There's a lot of good people there, like genuine people.
Right, yeah. Awesome university. It's continually expanding like daily. But when I got there, I was like, you know, like this is my job, like it's my mission, like I'm gonna do what I need to do and get out. And so I did. And throughout that whole college experience, bro, like I really started to get into the intellectual side of life, like studying and reading books and just even getting an interest for what is out there, bro, other than professional sports.
Okay.
Like, what do I really want to do? Yeah. And so that's really, even though I didn't go on and like play college and like do whatever, like I honestly believe that if I would have been playing college ball, I would have been so much more in tune with like
the sports side of things.
Yeah, the sports side of things. And I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't have been intelligent enough to like branch out because that's always been in my head. Like my mom instilled that within me, but it came earlier due to, you know, that not working out. And that was a blessing because like, you know, I got my degree, I'm working at Vanguard, and now I feel like I found something that I do want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know any person, bro, who wants to play football every day for the rest of their life. Yeah. Because like the games, the crowd, the touchdowns, the Super Bowl, whatever is fun. Practice sucks. Lifting sucks. Coaches that are screaming at you every day, even though, you know, they know that you know what the hell they're talking about, but they just got to do it so that they don't lose their job and they're getting results like crap.
Yeah.
The higher level you go, the more it turns into politics, the more it turns into people needing results for money. Like, it turns into a different game. So, it probably was a blessing in disguise, bro, but I feel like I found something with trading, like we talked about earlier, that is going to lead me to, honestly, a better life than any NFL player has, bro, because I'm going to have so much more of my freedom and my time. Like, I'm going to be doing what I need to do, you know, get my money in the markets, and then once I'm done with that, like, I'm done. Like, I don't got to go put in, like, extra training and travel to such and such to play the next game.
That
like,
happiness.
Bro, happiness. That's the biggest thing. Is like, I couldn't even tell you that if I were to be in the NFL that I'd be happy.
Well, who knows?
The money is cool, but like at the same time, like the
very
lifestyle
tough and strict.
Is, bro, like, and I saw a little bit of that because I still did go play. I played football at GCC.
Really?
So once I graduated, I got that offer out of senior year of high school to GCU, and I told the coach, I was like, I have this football dream, and I really want to pursue it, and I want to go to the GCC and like try to get something out of that.
Yeah.
And if you guys would be willing, if you could hold that scholarship for me, I'll come run track if that doesn't work out, because I'm not going to be the person that's chasing football until I'm 25.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So they were, I was blessed. They held it for me, and I did my thing at GCC, and I ended up at GCU. And so, yeah, I just feel like it all just worked out the way that it needed to. Because now I'm on something different, bro. Something way bigger than like sports and football.
Dang, I'm so happy for you, man. I love to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is so cool, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You went through a hell of a little experience.
Dude, and it's so funny because like...
I'm glad that we talked about this and got this out. And I hope people that watch this that, might have remembered that time finally get to know the story about you, man. Because...
Bro.
Like, seriously, I'm not going to keep bringing it up, but that was what was portrayed on you, man, from a lot of Thunderbird kids.
Yeah, it was that.
Just how it was,
I just
like
left
that.
and like I was just shallow. I just wanted to go QB
100%,
shopping.
man.
Like, bro. Wasn't
And there was
that
a
at all.
lot more than that.
It was so much more, bro. Like, people didn't understand. Like, I literally had people like that would shake me up every day, and like every time I made a catch and oh, good job, and I'm like, whoa. Like, literally just talking shit on Twitter, bro, every day. Like, for what? You don't even know me like that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like it really did play into me being able to, shake that off. Like, you don't know me, so what does your opinion matter? Like, I know what I am, bro. I know my story, and I know what I need to do. And at the end of the day, when I reach where I'm trying to go, I won't even know you.
Like, none of us gonna care, man.
Yeah, you don't matter.
Like, while you're working your 8 to 5, I'm gonna be living happy, free.
I'm gonna be chilling with my kids, bro, and your kids are gonna be at the babysitters.
That's true, man.
Like,
that
we're
is
chilling.
true, man.
Yeah.
That's how it's crazy how that works. You know what I mean? Like, for people that like to throw shade and all this stuff, talk smack. I mean, it really comes back eventually, man. When you got the guy who's grinding, you got the guy who's just living for now, and ain't too complacent, or he is complacent, not too happy with himself.
Right. Yeah.
But doesn't want to change that.
Yeah. No, it's
He's
facts.
just coasting. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy life, huh?
Bro, it's so funny because it's almost like a paradox, dude. Like you grow up and you see so many things, and then as you hit that next level, like 18 through like whatever 23, 25, you're just like, okay, like stuff starts to make more sense. Like I start to see people who for who they really are.
Right.
Like I see that there's a difference between the people that want to grind and the people that don't, and like I see why
Me
politics
too,
is
man.
important. Like it, bro.
And you also, and the thing that sucks about it though, but you got to do it, is you lose a lot of friends throughout the process.
Oh, bro.
And when we were growing up, when you're talking 18 and younger than that, in that range, you don't think about that. You think everyone's gonna be your homie till it ends.
Yeah, you see your parents with lifelong friends, and you're like, oh yeah, like friends since high school, bro. I got 5 friends in high school. Like
I got
good
10 friends in high school.
Yeah,
They're all
bro,
gonna be with me,
homies
man.
till we're 50. Yeah, nah.
It's crazy, and like it's crazy because I remember like freshman year and all this. They're telling you you're only gonna have maybe like 3 friends after high school, and I'm like, no, I have all these friends. Like, come on,
Yeah, everyone's
no.
gonna fade away. You're gonna see them at the reunion, and that's it. Yeah,
Dude, it happened. It really happened.
Bro. It really did, and that's why, bro. Is I start to see so many like things that elders were saying come to fruition as at a young age. And so like whenever people started to say things, I'd be like, okay, like you're older than me, like you've been there. Okay, let's see.
Dude,
I started to become really observant, and that started at Thunderbird. Once I started to get a little bit more attention, like people started to pay attention to what I was doing and how I was moving, and who are you talking to today? Who sent you a letter today? Blah blah blah. You start to become real observant. It's like, why do you even care, bro? I haven't talked to you since like 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like I see you, I pass by you in the hall every day, but you don't even say anything to me. Like, but now you're talking to me because I'm on something. So it's like you start to become observant, and like you start to feel people's energy, and like why are you really like in this? Like, what's at stake for you? What's at stake for me?
Right.
And once you start to figure that out, bro, like I feel like it's just a pathway to like either taking the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah.
Like you can either follow that rabbit hole and really learn a lot about society and the way that people operate, and a lot of the stereotypes that are actually true, and then or you could just choose to block it out and walk through life blind.
I agree.
Yeah.
Dude, this was a great podcast. I'll be honest, compared to the other podcasts, this one hit a little different for me. This was really good to catch up with you. I can't remember why we ended up connecting like a couple months ago.
Just art, bro. Like I saw you doing your thing, bro. And that's the thing is, throughout my situation is I've seen a lot of, ups and downs. And so I see the people that have that like little glimmer of hope and that like are just working towards something, even if there's like not necessarily no hope, but like if nothing is like pushing them toward that. And it's like, dude, I see that and I'm like, bro, like I'm inspired because you know you're pushing to do something better for yourself, and that's what I need to be around. Like I need that type of relationship. I don't want to be around the people that I'm sitting with you and you're sitting on the couch and you're just going through the gram. What are we doing? What are we really doing? So it's like I connect with those type of people, the people that want to do better and that are making moves for themselves and that are building for themselves, bro. So I think that's why we connected for sure.
Dude, well, we created a nice little video for you.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
That was pretty fun.
And it was a walk in the park, bro.
That was actually really cool. I was like, and you know what's crazy? Okay, so I've had a couple of people like client-wise. Obviously, probably not like the older-ish people because I do work for like a financial team and so people around our age that are kind of like seeing what videos I do. I show them that video every time.
Bro, it was great art, dude. I show people too because I'm like, yeah, like I kind of came up with some ideas for it, bro, but like. You and his name's Diego, right? Yeah, bro. You guys brought that to life. Like you guys were in the angles at all time. Like it was dope, bro. We all just came together collaboratively and just expressed ourselves.
But
it was dope.
I'd say the biggest one I'm looking forward to next is the bike one.
Bro, that's gonna be hard.
And you know, we threw some ideas at each other.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this a little more seriously. I think we can brainstorm something way bigger.
Bro, for sure.
But the idea of it is really good.
Yeah, bro.
And we have the upgraded equipment now. Myself and Diego. Diego's like my main guy when it comes to content collaboration.
That's good that you have a team, bro. You have somebody that you're, that's like-minded, that's moving the way that you are. That's
gonna
huge,
grow soon.
bro.
It's gonna be growing soon. Trust me.
I've already
like started the ideas.
I already know.
No, for real. I'm gonna build me I'm gonna bring people that are like almost just better than me. You know what I mean?
You can't bring people that are less. Like, you can, but
you can't continue to try to build people up your whole way.
You gotta find people that want to grow.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to in the future. But yeah, this video's gonna be sick because we got the drone, we got the good cameras now, the 4K. I'm excited.
It's gonna be lit,
I'm
man.
excited.
Just gotta hit me up. I got my bike here any day, so we can go do it.
Oh, boom! That's what I was gonna tell you. So with work, I'm still doing school full time, which is a drag, but I'm almost done. I'm getting there. I'll be there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have weekends off.
For sure. Yeah, we're there, bro.
I know. Yeah.
Whenever, bro, just hit me up.
Off. So we can do it on the weekend now. We'll have no hassles because I know weekends are good for you.
Yeah.
So we'll be good.
Yeah, bro. I'm Monday through Friday, so once you hit me on the weekend, I'm there.
Well, sweet. You think that was a good wrap then?
Oh, for sure,
bro. You want to bring anything else up?
Nah, man. Maybe we'll have to get another episode.
No, I know. And everyone asks me that, man. I definitely want to bring you on again because we can also go more into the GCU, more into the trading. There's tons of things that we can continue to grow on.
Yeah, bro.
And eventually, I want to expand this into possibly a suite, like an office suite.
Okay.
I put in some thought into it, and I'm kind of trying to get people to kind of jump on it with me, as in like a workspace that we can have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's possibly in the future here, which would mean longer podcasts and whatnot. But dude, I definitely want to bring you back on again.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Dude, why not?
Yeah, bro. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more to talk about too next time.
Dude, you had a lot to talk about, and this was also like really good to get to know you more, like, and to know the story, know the grinds and the hustle. I didn't know anything about the offers. Yeah. I didn't know about anything. I didn't know about 8th grade club, 3rd in nationals. That's crazy, bro.
There was so much outside of like school that like nobody knew because like
I didn't even know there was a track club thing that existed for middle schoolers, bro. I did club basketball my sophomore year, and for me that was like, dang.
Like AAU.
Yes.
Like junior sons type? Yeah, bro. AAU is lit. And you could do that for like, they actually have an AAU track league.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is similar to
way
what
more
I did.
fun than
dude, so much. It's a different level, right? Yeah.
But you also like surround yourself with a team, and your team actually is committed for a goal. I'd say in high school, everyone's kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I'm on the basketball team. No. I'm starting. I'm just like, come on, bro. Let's get this dub.
For real, dude. And we ended up losing in the championship game too.
At where?
We were really good.
Club team?
Yeah, club team. It sucked, man. Yeah, but we had a really good team. Dude, we had this one dude, KJ, like a 6'8", just huge dude.
Basketball?
Yeah, so obviously for me, I was like 6 foot. All I did was kind of shoot and stuff. I was a little skinny guy.
Yeah.
But dude, it was fun, man, to kind of get around bigger and better talent.
It brings you up. That's all I can do.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, bro, I'm definitely down to come back anytime, bro. Just let me know.
Well, thank you for coming on today.
Yes, sir.
It was definitely like awesome and great to have you on and to catch up with you. And for the viewers and listeners out there, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast with Atom. But yeah, man, it was great to have you on.
Bet. I'll see you guys soon.
You want to shout out your Instagram?
I actually deleted my socials, so I'll see you guys when I get it back.
That's right, you did tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Well, dang, is there any way for people to contact you if they want, or are you just kind of coasting right now?
If you have my number, you know how to hit me. If you don't, then you don't need to hit me, bro.
Alright, well, hey, let's plan that video here pretty soon. I have those days off in 2 weeks.
For sure.
So around that time, kind of get things rolling. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Peace.
Boom, we out.